What's up, everybody? We're live. We're on time. 3 out of the 4 of us. To give Logan some credit, he was here, and he might still be sitting in his chair, but like there's the banner that's right there, so it's probably covering up most of him. It's not forehead.
Toby. It's not.
Yeah,
He's not Toby. He's got some height to him.
true. But do you guys think that the paper dude behind him was actually a tracing of him?
Or
So it's dancing. That's weird.
Oh, I don't like that.
Did you guys see that?
Where's that wind coming from? And that thing hadn't moved this entire time, so it's not like there's an oscillating fan.
No, I don't like that.
No, I don't like that at all.
I didn't like what just happened there, but it's more entertaining.
No more talking about the paper guy.
No, we're done with you, Paperboy.
Like that,
which is a pretty cool show. But speaking of cool shows, I don't know why you're here, but we appreciate you. There's like a million shows apparently since we've started here on Thursdays, but we appreciate you guys coming here. This is episode 122, and it's going to be a pretty good time. We got some great articles. Thanks again, Brandon. Thanks again, Toby, and thanks to our amazing viewers who are now sending in articles that I really, really did enjoy. Hey, there he is. And so we have a squirrel that was fed meth. It was this guy's attack squirrel, apparently. So that guy, he's in trouble. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about pretty much a Royal Rumble at the Golden Corral. And we're going to figure out a little bit more on why there was a Royal Rumble. Super excited about that. And I think Brandon is going to talk about that tomorrow as well on his thing. And can't thank everybody. Brooke Phelps is in the house. She was in the TikTok live before this and said, "Hey, I'll be there." Michael's like, "Hey, where's the beards?"
50% baby faces. What the hell? There's 4 of us. That's
maybe he's talking about the paper boy, and
we don't talk about the paper boy.
You know, we were talking about your paper boy, Logan, and then it started moving.
Paper boy ever again.
It was weird.
Yeah, that thing has a life of its own.
Bro, you have no idea. You were gone. That thing wasn't moving, and all of a sudden the legs kicked, and I was like, right after we mentioned it, I was like, nope, I'm done.
I think you should burn it.
We've seen it on screen before too, and we're like, what the heck was that?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And you still have it?
I'd like to think there's a draft here, but there's not.
Yeah.
So my kid made that, obviously, and we've just left it there for a while. And every once in a while it moves. Whatever.
No, that's not a whatever deal, man.
Nobody.
What's up, Copper John? What's up? Shout out Squeaks Beard.
Hey, Squeaks Beard.
Squeaks Beard.
Wow, that was
Squeak,
our
we need a couple Syracuse jerseys for the weekend, maybe. So let me know if you got a couple extra. I need 2.
We don't, because I don't give a shit about the Qs, but I think he's going there, and there's this thing called text message. Why don't you guys do that with each other? Because nobody likes
Super Bowl
Syracuse.
This weekend is next weekend, right?
Right.
What?
Okay. Super Bowl. I was trying to figure out when the Super Bowl was.
Oh, yeah. It's next, the 13th. So Friday, Sunday, the 13th. Super Pooper Bowl. But for anybody just listening to the podcast, for whatever reason, we can't thank you enough. The voice you're hearing right now, that's me. I'm Matt Beardlaws. You're just new to this. Well, I'm Matt Beardlaws. That's Logan. Sometimes Logan Beardlaws too. As you can see, if you want to follow him on Twitter, nope. You want to check him out on Instagram? Still nope.
Still nope.
You want to check him out on YouTube? Then go to youtube.com/Beardlaws. And then you have They Call Me Toby 2. Very Googleable. Is that how you say that? Googleable? He's everywhere. He's got links in all the bios, just like everybody does. It's 2022. So, you're going to be able to find all of the links, but They Call Me Toby 2. Follow him everywhere. And then you have Brandon J. McDermott. That's his real name, unless you happen to be on the Judge Jerry show. They apparently think that his name is James McDermott. Sounds like an NBA player, but great production there. Thankfully, there's better production here. Brandon J. McDermott on all the social medias. Make sure you guys give him a follow.
Thank you. I did want to say something about, I know he who shall not be named, Mr. Paper Man behind Logan, but I'm not really worried about it because it's, in New York and not in my state. But he looks like a horror movie villain, and the horror movie, if there were a movie, it would come alive based on your child's drawing, I suppose. That's what it is, and cut out. It would come alive in the middle of the night and become like, look at that face, dude. Look at those eyes.
It looks like a crazy crash test dummy.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So it is
What did you
actually
call
an
it?
unfinished version of Iron Man.
Yeah.
So we have
Iron
a
Man likes
finished
candy
issue.
canes.
What's that?
Is that a candy cane that Iron Man
It's a
or?
Christmas, yeah, it's a Christmas version.
I gotcha. Okay.
It's the unfinished
Interesting.
Christmas version of Iron Man. If I can, I'll go grab the finished version that actually is a costume. It's paper front and back. It becomes a costume. Kid has to put his hands up like this, then through. He can wear it. It's a paper version of Iron Man, and it is spot on.
You can actually see it pretty well with he did pretty good on the mouth
Yeah.
where it splits open for the helmet.
Yeah,
Right.
I like it,
So,
but I would still burn it. I'm just throwing it out there. I would
You mean-
definitely burn it. It's alive. It's creepy.
I second
Well
that.
done to them. And yeah, there was something I was gonna say and I forgot. Oh, shout out to the Patreon subscriber, the only one that we have, Ben Nonstop Gamer 16. Send him the link. Hasn't made it yet. That's cool. But if you guys were wondering, patreon.com/beardlaws. There's a couple of different tiers. You could really support the show. We'd appreciate it. Or you don't have to. Then we still appreciate you. It's not a big deal. It would just give you an opportunity to come backstage and hang out with us, which apparently nobody else does but Ben. So thanks, Ben. We really appreciate you. And yeah, that's what I got. Yes, salad fingers.
oh yes.
Yes, that's the one that I was looking for in my head that didn't come out. That I was thinking salad fingers. If anybody's wondering what we're talking about because you're just listening to it, watch us live, YouTube, Talking Beards Network. Shout out to Talking Beards Network. Big apologies from the Talking Beards Network. They didn't get a chance between traveling, internet problems to be able to go live. There is a cool event that is happening this weekend. So make sure you go to Facebook.com/TalkingBeards. Click the link. Support another great cause because anybody that doesn't know, all the beard community, every single beard event raises money for a charity. There's no prizes. There's prizes when you win, but you don't win money. The charities win money, and there's another good one this weekend. So on behalf of Talking Beards, because I think I could say that. I was the news guy there for a while. They do apologize, and I apologize for not knowing what the event is. But the guy's name, pretty sure, is Sean. So anybody that's watching that, they apologize. We apologize. Let's get on to some news articles because there's a lot of apologies that I think would happen in this first article. This is one that Toby sent over from Philadelphia.cbslocal.com. There was a massive brawl in a Golden Corral, and it was massive, and it has hit all of the social medias, all of the networks, the news, every single thing. And why this brawl broke out is just absurd. It's just more proof that we're just losing our minds through this pandemic. It broke out because of a steak shortage. The buffet ran out of steak, and apparently they just went nuts. Which I was looking for another word that would have been like funny with steak.
Have you ever had a steak from Golden Corral? It's not worth fighting over.
No, I've never been to a Golden Corral.
I will say this. I do enjoy my Golden Corral, but that steak, man, that's like a Applebee's $5 steak going on.
You never took
so
a
we're going to
steak?
watch the video. I'm pretty sure Philadelphia.cbslocal.com. I'll tell you what we'll do is we're just going to give you 1 minute. If you do not want us to play this video, Philadelphia.cbslocal.com, just put it in the comments. If I don't see your comment in like 3 seconds, we'll just assume that you said it was cool. So, all right. Looks like everything is cool for us to play this video. So we'll go ahead. We'll share the screen. There's one moment in here, if it's the same video that I saw before,
where the guy says, I just wanted some steak.
Yeah, no, where the guy like
Matt, thank you.
Let's see if it's there. Oh, what's going on here? Come on, Matt.
Also,
what is going on? Ah, CBS you got me. Yes, I use an ad blocker. Think I don't? Who doesn't use one? No, I'm not.
Is it on YouTube yet?
Oh, it's on. So I found the article after I saw a video because somebody said it was like super viral. And I found the video, and I was like, I gotta see if there's an article that I can send over to Matt for this. But there's like two different families, like 40 people involved, and apparently it was because there was a shortage of steak, and one person from one family tried, I guess, like cutting in line in front of somebody from another family, and then there was no steak. So it just became this. Oh, here you go. Yeah.
It's not the best quality, but this man realizes it's about to go down. He's got a sweet
Why
tea.
are there that many people in the Golden Corral to start with?
I mean, it's a pretty popular restaurant. I
Could've
mean,
been on
I know
Sunday.
we live in a very rural area where, 40 people in one restaurant is pretty absurd, but this is what city life it looks like, where you like a lot of places too, Logan, you actually have to make reservations. Sometimes you even have to wait to sit down.
Well,
Yeah, I get it.
like around here, you'll easily see that many people in a Golden Corral sometime around 1-ish or so, because that's right when church gets out, and a lot of people go to Golden Corral right after church.
Those are church clothes, man.
Those are,
Yes, this is
around here. It wouldn't surprise me.
So I'm gonna go right on a limb, and I'm gonna say this guy in front, and I should be a police investigator. The steak outage is that guy's fault, right there.
That's right.
I think not only does he have a bunch in there, I think he's hiding some in that shirt.
For one, he's not eating yet. His mask should be on.
Well, I mean, when I think the mask rule goes away if there's brawl. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah,
but let's go ahead and watch this video before we figure out what G, half an A actually lines up with on this hoodie.
It's total chaos during one wild food fight. These diners threw all sorts of things at
nice.
each other.
They got
not just
take a minute that they're fighting people with baby chairs.
Yeah, the high chairs. They were getting tossed across the room.
Jesus Christ.
just fists. Look at those kiddie high chairs. It happened at a Golden Corral buffet and grill in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Watch it.
Oh, let's go back to this. Where's this girl right here? She's just throwing napkins and stuff.
Yeah.
They are dressed very nicely.
A lot of them are.
I bet you she could be a lady of the street.
Lady of the night. Lady of the night.
Not in Pennsylvania.
Grill in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Watch as this guy tosses a chair. This knuckle.
Oh, that one right back there. What? Not the first one. Watch the second one.
This knuckle.
Nope.
This guy tosses a chair.
Right there. Ready?
This knucklehead lifts a heavy table until a female employee wrestles it out of his hands.
That's my favorite part. Right here. This guy here. And they even called him a knucklehead.
Dude, I tell you what though,
employee
hats to that female employee not taking any shit. She's just like, that's enough.
Yes.
Yeah,
and this guy, he's
after that day.
Out of his hands. Police tell us 40 individuals were involved.
Look at this guy. Like, you either go with the stash or you shave that shit off. Like, not judging you.
Hey,
he's working on that Logan haircut and forehead.
He looks like Jim Carrey and Yes Man.
I was getting he looks like Jim. He looks just like Jim Carrey in Anchorman.
He looks like an angry consumer from Golden Corral who took part in the brawl and found out that the steak was gone, and he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to work for inside. You know what? Your steak may be gone, but that chocolate fountain is still there. There's nothing to cry about.
You always got the sauce.
Yeah, so yeah, there's that buffet looks good, Lo. And so they cooked the steak right there for you?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll cook it. Well, it's supposed to be cooked to order, but
so I'm gonna just ask a question to the group because this annoys me and it has something to kind of do with steaks and food. We all like steaks and food. So pet peeve of mine, and I can't be the only one. What is the point of a restaurant saying, how would you like your steak cooked? Or how would you like your burger cooked? Then you tell them, but then they cook it however the hell they want and they bring it out to you. Does that drive anybody else nuts?
It does.
I don't want to be the guy that sends it back.
I have a larger annoyance, and my wife does it.
Oh, shit. I know where this is going.
Anybody that orders a steak well done, you know what? You go fuck yourself. I'm saying it right now to your face.
You did. Right to our faces.
I don't understand. Like,
medium, thank you very much.
Medium? It's medium rare. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
So here's my thing. Like, my wife, we had vacation last week across Iowa. We stopped in a place in Mason City, and I had the best steak I ever had in my life. It was medium rare, and it was like, it tasted literally like beef butter. It melted in your mouth. It was the best piece of steak I've ever had. I didn't put anything on it. You didn't need it. My wife got a medium steak, which isn't completely overcooked by well done standards, and I tasted it, and cooked steak, when it gets to that past medium rare stage, it has this weird penny-like taste to it. And it changes the texture, of course, of the meat that turns a little grainy, but it's got this weird taste to it. I don't like the taste of overcooked, well done, or even medium steak. It just doesn't taste right. It doesn't. It tastes gross.
I agree with you, but it like, you know what I mean? So there, and maybe obviously it's probably like where we are, but so many places they'll ask you for your burger, steak. How would you like that cooked? You tell them, but then they cook it however the hell they want, which is always more cooked than.
Now I will say this as well. Even if they give it to me not how I asked for it, as somebody that has worked in the food industry as not only a cook but a busboy or busboy / server and a dishwasher, I will never return something back.
Same.
Because I know what happens.
Yep.
When you do.
Now here's my question.
You all out there might have like, if it's something absolutely obvious, like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, I usually don't ask for stuff to be returned, but I specifically asked for the mashed potatoes instead of the broccoli. Can we get that switched? That's something different. But if I'm like, oh, I ordered medium rare and this is medium, yeah, I know what's gonna happen when I send that back. I'm just gonna eat it.
Yeah, same. That's what I do most of the time. But I mean, because I was at some a place and ordered something, and the waitress, phenomenal, came back and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, forgot to ask you, how would you like your burger cooked?" I said, medium rare. No, knowing that, hey, this could be good, and it came out neither.
Well done.
You know, just well done. Great burger. Still tasted all right, but there's no chance in hell that was going back. And this staff would not have done anything to it, but it would have been enough of an annoyance that it would have. But it just drives me nuts. Just don't ask me. And I'm better off if you're just like, you order the burger, they don't ask you when it comes out overcooked.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to cook it the way you want. Or maybe you don't know how. But...
For anybody that has seen the movie Waiting, I promise you that shit happens.
There's a reason they made the movie.
So I only worked in a pizza place making pizzas for about 2 weeks, and I can agree that even in my short time it happened. And I'm only playing devil's advocate here because I agree with everything that was just said, 100%. But what world do we live in where, listen, if you want to cook and you want to cook a certain way and you're going to complain about it, fucking cook at home. Like my mother-in-law, love her to death. She's the person who will like, I asked for it to be this way, and
And it's that little last part that you did right there, Brandon, is what makes a difference. If somebody said, "Hey, excuse me, I'm sorry. You asked me how I'd like this to be cooked. I asked for it to be medium rare. This is well done. Is there any chance I can get you to have them get me a different one?" That's way different than the way that when something goes back, you have to rely on your server to give you the attitude that they're being given. Because I've had stuff returned and I'm like, okay, not a problem. They're like, hey, you know, could you recook this? You know, they said it was a little overdone. Really sweet couple. I'm like, yeah, not a problem. And then I got ones come back that literally was just like in Waiting, where they're like, she's a total bitch, and I'm like, let's do it.
The Karen.
Remember Road Trip?
Yes.
Horatio Sands with the waffle. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Or the pancakes or French toast. It was French toast.
French toast.
But no. Listen, I've never sent food back, and I won't. Do I look like I send food back? Goodness no. But my point is just basically, what world do we live in where I think it's kind of how we view and treat the food industry and the hospitality industry, really in general. A career in food service, nothing wrong with it. It's a great career, and some people will have that career for their entire life. Why don't we help them become better cooks or better whatever by saying, hey, look, that is medium. That's not medium rare.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm not going to complain over medium rare versus medium because, look, I know they're cooking 12 fucking steaks in the back. They've got other things going on. Like, I get it, right?
Like I said, it all comes down to the attitude that the server's given. Like, how horrible is the person that's complaining, and what in which way are they complaining about it? Because that makes all the difference.
100%. If I'm at Applebee's, I ain't complaining about shit. But if I'm at a place where I was last week where I paid $50 for a steak dinner, like, I better get it the way I'm expecting it.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like, you know, to caveat or to play devil's advocate to your initial statement, Brandon, you know, with just cook at home. If they're asking me, if they are providing me the option then they should make it at least close to the way that I'm being given the option. If they did like Matt said, if they came up and they were like, hey, we got, you're like, hey, I'd like the steak. They're like, okay, cool. And they walk away and you're like, you're not going to ask me how they cook that. They're like, the steak will make it. They'll make it the way that they feel you deserve it. Like or some shit like that. I'd be like, all right. Or a burger, like Matt said, if I order a burger and they don't ask how I want it done, I'm just going to expect that it's normally going to be medium. Rarely is it overcooked, but I know for a fact it's probably going to come out medium, and I'm fine with that. I'm accepting because I was never given the option. But if you give me the option on a steak and I say rare is somewhere between rare and medium rare, and you bring me something well done, you've got the right to complain about that.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
I think also like where Matt and I are, and where you guys have undoubtedly been at some point, where like someone asks you, you order the hamburger, you order the steak, you're just like, I'm gonna order the hamburger, and I know you guys, whatever. I like my stuff cooked, extra cooked sometimes. That's what I grew up on. It reminds me of my grandmother. I like my stuff medium to well, depending on where I am. There are some places around here you have to order well done to make sure it's fucking cooked. So, but like around here, you just get used to saying, can I get a hamburger medium well, or can I get a steak? I mean, you just order it together because there aren't enough places around here and nowhere near enough places for waitresses and cooks to get experience and good experience to understand that part. And unless they went out of the area and came back home for some weird reason, then you're dealing with people that are your friends and that somewhere, and they just know how to cook. They know how to cook.
Yeah, but and too, like a lot of those places that you're saying that these guys can't cook, are you really going to go in there and order a steak from these places? Like you go in there, you get something deep fried, you get something there, like what you're walking into, and I think that's the way. But when you walk into a newer place you haven't tried before, and you know what I mean, you order that, I don't send it back. But at the same point, I'm never going back there. And the beauty is, I'm a Google Map review guy, and for whatever reason, millions and millions of people have looked at the photos and reviews, and I make sure to have very, very fun on those Google reviews. So. Yes,
yeah,
but I mean, and
I said, we don't order a lot of steaks around here. A lot of hamburger though. Like you can get a good burger around here anywhere.
Yep, good burgers, but there's not a good steak.
Here's my question: steak, medium rare. What about burgers? How do you get you guys' burgers?
Medium rare.
Medium rare burgers, really.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a medium guy when it comes to burgers. Just because
I usually ask for medium rare because then they'll when you say medium rare, they usually like the cooks usually feel a little nervous about doing that. So what I actually usually end up getting it as is somewhere between medium rare and medium, and it ends up being just about.
And they cook it to that temp, and then they don't realize that when you take it off, it still cooks a little bit longer, so it ends up at that medium anyways.
Yep.
That's why I kind of play that game as well. What about you Logan? You like yours? You said like a little, pretty much well done, right? Burger.
Yeah. Like I like not necessarily. If you say the problem is around here, if you say well done, it comes out charred. So you just say like medium to well, somewhere around there. And like Toby was saying, like you rely on your cooks or your cooks, your waitress to kind of relay the message. So around here, if you say like if I say well done, I'm screwed because it comes out charred.
So what I've done around here is I'll typically go, do you have the ability to cook it as I ask? And if they kind of look at you with that attitude, I just usually go, I'll have a bag of chips, or I'll have some French fries, please.
Well, a lot of places that cook burgers around here, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of them are basically doing a lot of their burgers on hot plates.
Hot plates, or their frozen patties that they just slap down and call it.
It's not a grill. And you can flat out tell. Doesn't mean it's bad, but you can tell when it comes out. Like this is not a grilled burger. This is a hot plate slap. So. Is what it is.
And what's crazy is these get so bad that you probably wouldn't even feed it to a squirrel, which is not good. But there's a guy from I'm gonna let you guys guess where he's from. He allegedly fed his attack squirrel meth and is facing new charges. So I'm gonna give you guys. All right, we got a Florida. What are you thinking, Brandon?
I was gonna say somewhere in the southeast, likely Florida.
Yep, it's Alabama. Alabama, Limestone County. An Alabama man who was arrested in 2019. So this is a little bit of an older article, which is completely fine. Yeah, Florida, but you spelled it wrong. It's Florida.
Yeah, it's Florida.
Florida's a rapper. Oh, shit. Do you think that's how he came up with his rap name? He was from Florida and just thought that's how you said it, Florida?
Is that where he's from? Oh, okay. You keep going, Matt. I'll be your Google tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. That's what I appreciate about you. So an Alabama man was arrested for allegedly, he's keeping it safe. The picture of this guy is awesome. For allegedly keeping and training an attack squirrel by giving it methamphetamine.
He is from Carroll City, Florida.
Please
continue.
So we've figured out, Florida, that you just pronounced this. Either way, congratulations to you, and hopefully you don't end up
all your success.
Hopefully you don't end up like the rapper Chingy. Do you guys remember the rapper Chingy?
Chingy, yeah.
We talked about him at work today for longer than anybody's probably talked about Chingy since 2003. He apparently was still making some new music, and apparently he is broke. And he had the world's first working slot machine necklace to apparently promote his old album Jackpot.
What was Chingy's song? Not to go off topic.
Right There. Remember Right There?
I love
and he had a little Ludacris and Snoop Dogg.
What you meant, Logan, what was Chingy's only song?
Yes, Right There. Squeak knows. Right there.
Well, Squeak still has him. Squeak's got him in his CD player in the trucks.
Yes, he does. So Mickey Polk, which interesting name because the person who is actually singing the national anthem for the Super Bowl 56 is also named Mickey. 39 was originally arrested with possession of a wild animal, stolen property, possession of a weapon by a felon. Police allege that Polk gave the squirrel, which he named, oh no. All right, I need you guys to try to guess what he named his squirrel.
Chingy.
Methany.
It's worse than that.
What do you got?
Baron von St. Cocaine?
No, it's D's Nuts.
Yes! Perfect name for a squirrel.
Yes, so let's an Alabama man named his attack squirrel D's Nuts. He would give it meth, so it would be more aggressive and attack intruders. The squirrel gained national fame when articles about the arrest first surfaced. Offers reportedly encountered the squirrel during a raid of the residence. They were speaking to the Associated Press, and he claimed to have had the squirrel since it was a baby and would never give it meth. So he just went there. There was a bunch of charges. Good looking squirrel based on squirrels, but I got to give you guys a picture
based on squirrels
of this guy. Does anybody want to try to describe what he looks like being based on a guy from Alabama? Clearly, probably does some meth, has an attack squirrel. Does anybody want to try to just describe him, or should I just show you the picture?
Teeth missing, 87 pounds, hair kind of going away.
Daniel Boone. No, it's Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett coonskin cap.
I'm going with exactly like Logan with 1/3 less teeth.
So I just have to give you, the article, thank you, sent by Lalita, was it has the squirrel on his shoulder like a parrot, and it's just from the face up is all I got. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mickey and D's Nuts. And I forgot to remove the brand. Sorry about that.
Okay, first of all, can I just say that the goatee does not surprise me? A goatee is the worst. Look at my face. You see what I've got? This is still a better facial hair choice than a goatee. It is literally the bottom of the totem pole of all facial hair.
Did you hear that, everybody from Talking Beards? Goatee, the worst.
Does squirrel have a boner?
Jesus, his eyes are up here, Logan.
He's got a little weenus, dude. Leave him alone, man. Like, we don't judge here.
Logan, I'm sorry that you and that squirrel have the same amount of girth, but I don't know. I've never seen a squirrel boner, to be honest with you. It could be. Me
neither, but apparently this dude, the meth is kicking in. Like, this squirrel is happy as shit.
So we already have one squirrel that we've named at the house, and it's because he broke into the deer feeder and was like there all the time. And I don't know why, but every time I looked at him, I just felt like his name needed to be Carlos.
More details.
But he's got a small
he has
one
his
that
own
hangs out with him,
Twitter?
so we're going to call him These Nuts.
He's got his own Twitter.
The squirrel does?
Yeah, that's what. Look at.
Say Meth Squirrel. I am going to follow it right now. Hold on.
Let's see. It says that he speaks out.
That never included meth. He says he won't say where he is tonight, but knows he can't stay on the run for much longer.
My face is all over every TV and phone and laptop in the country right now. So it's not like I can have very long. So I'm going to get this lawyer situation straightened out, and then I'll go ahead and turn myself in.
Well, Polk says, despite what people are hearing,
he looked a little worse in that picture. What do you think it says on his eye?
Listen, there's no correlation between face tattoos and it causing you to break the law. But usually when you break the law, you have facial tattoos. I'm just saying.
I bet you that is a very high percentage. I mean,
Art of Don Jump, we are not judging you.
There's no judgment. I know a handful of people that have tattoos on their face.
Logan.
Oh my god!
And again, there is nothing wrong with it. But I'm not going to lie to you. If you're doing meth and you have a face tattoo, you're probably going to break the law at some point. Yes.
I was hoping I couldn't hear it much because my sound isn't that, but I just wanted to be like, dude, I missed these nuts.
That would have been, and at least he's on the run, and hopefully he.
Did anyone else notice that the squirrel was giving the forward middle finger in one of those pictures too? Like he was literally flipping the world off.
But a shout out to
go back to those pictures. The squirrel's like, "Yo, bitch."
A shout out to Lillette for the comment of the night so far.
Yes, this one here. Squirrel boner. That's nuts.
No, that's D's nuts.
These nuts. That's our buddy. These nuts.
Oh man. Yeah. So that's what we got for some Alabama news. But there's a couple of more to explore, which is we got a former North Carolina police chief was arrested again. He this time is stealing Cadillac converters. He's not looking good. He's not going to do well in jail. So we're not going to really dive into that. But a 58-year-old man, he was crushed to death inside a garbage truck.
Oof.
And he's got a lot of face tattoos. I'm assuming, without reading the article yet, that he was probably homeless.
Sleeping in a dumpster.
Sleeping. Let's show you a picture of the guy.
Oof.
Jesus!
I do like the tattoo placement in between the balding. Like that makes sense.
He's creative, at least.
You should have gotten like a strong man, like holding it back, like
I was playing with my phone when.
Well, that wouldn't have made any sense because he couldn't hold the garbage truck back. It just would have been a thing. Like
I don't know if you're aware of this, but garbage truck is way less stronger than hair, or way more stronger than hair.
Yeah. His name is Leroy Stewart.
Leroy
Stewart. Either way, he's gone. He's gone. But it had a face tattoo, and that's why I went through there. So
he once rewrote the words to the Taxman of the Beatles to the Trash Man.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Do you guys hate the Beatles? I just have to ask you. We don't have to get into this.
Not a fan.
Yes.
A couple of songs.
Here's my thing for the Beatles.
Oh, we're gonna get into this.
Okay, just real quick. Influential, yes. Groundbreaking at the time, yes. Production,
musically
levels,
talented, yes.
Yes. Again, influenced everybody and their mama. Probably too many people, but like Led Zeppelin, like Tool, like Radiohead. I hate them because of their fans.
No, yeah.
It's not the music. It's not their music's overrated in my mind. Overplayed and overrated. God, we got so many damn Beatles songs. I hear them every fucking day. But anyway, but no, that's the reason I can't stand them. No.
Okay.
But you ever play me a Tool song that I haven't, or a Radiohead song that I've never heard before? Well, that's pretty decent. Oh, it's Radiohead. Fuck, like.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because those fans are just so overwhelming. It's like Kiss fans.
I mean, a lot of the really diehard Beatles fans are probably dead by now. I mean,
they're dead by now, but I'm talking like the young kids that are like, I'm really quirky and trendy, and I like the Beatles. They're just the greatest. I buy my clothes at the thrift store because I want to slum it.
So let me ask you this: so before you are clearly older because now you are calling trendy kids and complaining, and that's okay. I do that too, but we're getting a little bit older. You know, we're not Toby old yet, but we're approaching there. Oh yeah, I love you too. But before that, like growing up, at any point did you listen to any of their music, spin some vinyl, spin something, and not hate it? Or is it because of this new generation of hipsters that wear a Beatles shirt and cannot name 3 Beatles songs ruin it for you?
No. Like there's certain ones. It really depends upon the era of Beatles as to which songs I liked and didn't like. And in all honesty, I really like some of the solo artists' songs way more than the Beatles songs. Like the song Imagine by John Lennon. Get out of here. Come on now. Paul McCartney, Live and Let Die.
You give me Wings and Paul McCartney any day of the week over the Beatles. And
that's why, I mean, yes, they were the Beatles. You know, they did their thing. They were super popular, but they together are a super group. You know what I mean? Then they broke apart and they were all they were one of the most talented bands. You know what I mean? Like they were all very really musically gifted and very good.
Boy band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So, they had one of the most aggressive tours ever.
For over a year, I've had a Beatles CD that what's it called? 27 number ones, whatever. For over a year, almost probably a year and a half, that has been the CD in my truck. And for half of that time, so 3/4 of a year, when I turn on my truck, it automatically goes to a Beatles song. Usually, Something is a song.
I could have called that.
And it's annoying as fuck. But my kids like the Beatles, and I like a lot of the Beatles stuff. But like Brandon was saying, so I don't think the music's overrated, but it is so overplayed and over celebrated, but especially by like radio stations on Sirius or those. We play the classics, and they're like, "Here's our classic Beatles tune you haven't heard in a while," and they play like something stupid like "Hold My Hand." Like anyone who's been alive for more than 20 years has already heard, even 20 years, heard "Hold My Hand" at least 28 times. Like,
yeah, it's probably all that they've given up royalties to. No reason as we got into it a little bit on the Tuesday show about the Beatles and superheroes or whatever. But one thing that we did that a fact that came up is between 1990 and 1962, when the Beatles are kind of going through their apprenticeship and like really trying to get out there, they played over 250 gigs in those 2 years, and they were 5 or 6 performances a night, 90 minutes long.
You said 1990 to 1962?
1960 to 62, sorry. I might have said 90.
They were pushed. There's a big reason why they broke up 10 years later.
Who is the other? Like,
they were just done.
Who is the other Beatle? I know.
Which one are you missing?
I know Paul, John, Ringo.
George Harrison?
George. There it is. George Harrison.
So, all right, before we end the Beatles talk, Matt, what's your favorite Beatles song? If you had to name one.
I don't really have.
It doesn't drive you nuts.
I love the Beatles. I'm a fan of them. They're probably the most collected album or band in my vinyl record collection. I don't really have a favorite, to be honest with you. There's a lot of good ones. I couldn't just name one, honestly.
Toby, going? Toby?
That's his thinking.
I know.
Honestly, it's like a guilty pleasure song. I hate to kind of admit it, but Here Comes the Sun.
Okay. Yeah.
From Abbey Road is a phenomenal album.
All right, that works. Brian?
Day Tripper, but that's just because I don't know. I don't really like them. I don't. There's just they're overplayed.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. Not liking them.
Well, especially in your world where you work, like in the genres that you play, like I could see that if I listen to them if I listen to anything all day, it would get very annoying as well.
Yeah, if I hear Bob Seger, the Eagles.
I mean, they probably have a good like 10 to 15 songs that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it depends upon the era that they're singing, because they had times where they were really like hippie and like trippy and like acid style music, and then they had like real pop kind of style music, and it was weird. It was weird how they transitioned in such a short period.
You have your 50s, your early 60s, and then your trippy stuff. So like Penny Lane to me is great. A Day in the Life is my favorite one that I love to listen to. But when you hear Ballad of John and Yoko, that was done towards the end, that song right there just takes the cake.
Does it make the blood flow in certain parts that you're just like, you know what? I think that maybe I should do something.
I mean,
and there's this
like
mom.
You've got like Lucy in the Sky, you've got Yellow Submarine, you got Yesterday. I mean, all these other songs that are just amazing, but
yeah.
And anything
Brandon wants to throat punch us all. So I'm just gonna mix it up. Brandon sent an article over. And we're just gonna go for it. No cool segue on this one, but there's a mom, and this is from our, you should just sponsor us, dailystar.co.uk, because we do an article every week because we love our UK news. And a mom,
and
she got a tattoo, a very cheeky explanation is why she got this tattoo. And I want you guys, Brandon, you sent the article, you probably know. But Logan and Toby, I want you guys just to take. She has 70 tattoos, but her latest tattoo is kind of what has made headlines. I'm curious if you want to make a guess on what the tattoo is.
The tattoo goes from her elbow to her wrist.
As far as where it goes?
Yeah. So it's
what is it? It goes.
What is it?
It's a dick measure. It's got to be.
Oh God,
I won't take you unless you're from here to here.
It's exactly a dick measure. 100%. She got a tattoo of a ruler so she could measure penises.
Did she really? I was gonna say
Logan knows her.
She got an exit only tattoo with an arrow pointed down.
She might have that as well.
No, it's a dick measure, but also let you know how far you can go with your fit. Oh, okay.
Oh. So the article again by Daily Star.
You sign it. You sign it with whatever inches you get on that one, Brandon. You're like, yeah, I got that.
You only got in 3 deep. Sign it right here.
Sign it. So the mom shocked her daughter by unveiling her bizarre new tattoo, a ruler on her wrist for measuring penis sizes. The cheeky design was Tracy Kiss, 70-second inkling, and she said it's already her all-time favorite. FAVOURITE.
That'll make you popular at the pub.
It runs from her baby finger to her elbow and is measured in inches. Interesting, being over in the UK in inches.
Yeah, don't they do everything by centimeters over there?
So here she explains why she got it done. Just as guys in the past have asked to keep my lingerie, have a naughty selfie, or even a piece of my hair, I love that I can now know the exact measurements of what I enjoy so much. As my friends don't have half as many tattoos as me, they see my newly inked manhood measure stick as a little extreme and admit that they just ask a guy his size or accept his decision not to answer. On the other hand, I love it, and I think it will be incredibly useful in all aspects of life.
Can you imagine walking up to her in the bar and be like, hey, I'll buy you a drink? I don't know, can you?
You must be this tall to ride this ride. I wouldn't even make it halfway down the palm. This is bullshit.
Well, okay, so
if you're here, I'll let you buy me a beer. If you're up here, you can buy me something nice, and maybe something will happen.
There's pictures, but it's not an actual ruler. It's a series of dots.
Oh,
so I'm going to show you guys.
Yeah. So it goes by inch and half inch then.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I was thinking an actual ruler, but it
that'd be way better if it was an actual ruler. Or at least lines with like a number on it.
Just slap it on my elbow, baby.
Dude, if it goes up to the end of her finger.
And then they have to sneak this one in here.
Holy Moses.
Not touching
that. Of course they have to.
But then this is her getting the tattoo, and here's a reference.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's way weaker than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm a little. Can I say I'm disappointed? I'm.
Can we say that would be a big penis?
Looks like 8 right there.
Yeah. Wow, that was great.
Just counting dots.
That's the same. That's the same length of every penis stated on Grinder. I
got 9 dots.
I've heard.
Yes, that's a 9-incher right there. For one, she has long arms.
So the artist raised an eyebrow when I showed up and put a tape measure and the request to tattoo dots spaced in inches from my elbow to my little finger. But as soon as he got to the measurements of the 6, 7, and 8, the penny dropped and he knew exactly what I was up to.
Yeah, that tattoo is like, I agree with Elo over here in the chat that tattoo is a disappointment.
Yeah, I was expecting an actual ruler, which, then it would be handy, no pun intended.
If she has to go to a Christmas party, and it doesn't say that she's not a professional at her job, so they could just be like, "What do you do?" She's like, "My cousin needs to learn Braille." I mean,
what do you think her main source of income is, Logan?
Let's not judge her.
I'd be willing to bet she's a porn star.
She, I know that there is the OnlyFans mentioned in here at some point.
My wife's on there too, so I wasn't far off.
I feel like I'd be a disappointment to her.
You would be a disappointment to her? Is that what you just said?
Your own wife.
Yeah, but could you imagine explaining that one to your daughter?
So here's where your dad was. Here's where your ex-boyfriend was. Oh, wait, Mom.
Here's where your
boyfriend. And here's
okay, so does anybody know what a page 3 girl is?
Probably her.
Wait a minute, isn't that from a? It's one magazine always has it. What was it? It's the
Call Girl.
It's one of those like scam magazines, right? Like, but they always have the page 3 girl that's like a full size thing of a girl doing like pinup style photography or something.
She's an page 3 girl, and she encourages sexercise as a way of losing weight. She has 1 million Instagram followers, and she makes money by selling raunchy snaps on OnlyFans.
No shit.
We're losing weight tonight.
The self-described sex addict said her new tattoo was not to compare or judge men for the size of their private parts. She explained, "I know that some men, they feel insecure about girls judging the size and performance of their manhood, just as us girls would feel exactly the same ourselves. But for me, knowing a guy's size isn't about judging or comparing him to others. It's the finer details that make the experience all the more exciting for me."
That's a good point. So let's say I go to a dealership. I'm looking for a car, right? I don't see any of the cars in the background, right? They're all out back. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for a vehicle. I need to go from point A to point B. Don't need to be too fast. Don't need to be too slow, but I want to get there with the ability to go to point C. And they're like, I got just this thing for you. You go outside and they put me in a fucking Pinto. I already described what I'm looking for. I don't know what, and I get in there. And all she's asking is be like, I want to know what I'm looking at before I fucking go. I'm still going to go, but I don't want to be disappointed when I get in the fucking driver's seat. I commend her for this.
I feel like there was a lot of penis references in your comparisons, but
yeah.
Well done if that's what you were going for. If not, then I think you have penis on the brain. But either way, we're going to move on to the picker wheel. So now that you guys are all back, because we dropped about 8 people as soon as we mentioned OnlyFans. So hopefully you guys, got a great experience. And we have
oh God, there's 2 of them.
This is it. This is a real costume that my kid built. You slide in from the bottom.
Put it on.
No, I can't. I'll rip it.
Bullshit. Your kid is taller than you.
Your kid's taller than you.
I'm telling you. So it's all like hard like waxy paper.
You can tell me all you want. I got to see it.
When he gets in there, his eyes obviously like he can see, and he walks like this. This is hilarious.
So you're telling me your kid can walk?
Maz can walk in this thing.
We need a video of this.
This is the start of a fucking horror movie. I'm telling you.
My child is the start of a fucking horror movie.
It's rated Chucky.
His child. Not to get into a big, but does he still have the obsession for eyeballs, like being cut out and thrown? And did he outgrow that yet?
Oh, the eyeball. No. He outgrew ish. There's still some weird things that he does.
One year for Christmas, he wanted a Nerf gun that shot eyeballs.
So my wife and our friend, there's like 100 eyeballs that came with this Nerf gun. They drew eyeballs on every single little ball, and there's eyeball balls all over my house all the time.
All right, so but we're gonna move on from Logan serial killer. So we spun the picker wheel last week and it was least favorite actor. And I feel like we should have given ourselves more than 10 minutes. But we're gonna go least favorite actor. And I know, Toby, you were prepared last week. So if you would like to go first with your least favorite actor that was spun on the picker wheel. Or if you don't want to, if anybody wants
last week, like on a dime, and all of a sudden I can't remember. Like I was so ready to talk.
You were too.
Week. Son of a. I can't.
Anybody has?
Come back to me. Let me see if I can remember who I had.
Okay. Anybody? Logan?
I'm gonna debate. Brian, if you get Brian or Matt, if you guys got one, I'm gonna debate in my head. But it's not. It's hard because like.
I don't
like my. Do you know who I and I shouldn't even count these people as actors because they're just kind of comedians who made themselves into the actors.
Right.
Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen. Like it's like everybody makes fun of Adam Sandler for playing the same character over and over again, but those two, like it's like the same like. Jonah Hill was in the movie, this last movie with What's Her Bucket on Netflix and Leonardo DiCaprio. It was a decent movie. Thought it was pretty funny. And his spot wasn't terrible, but it's like the same like coy, like smart ass, like it's the same fucking character. And I don't know. I can't stand those two.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
I don't like Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
I don't like him.
Really? I love him.
I'm not saying he's a terrible actor. I'm just saying I don't like him. I'm not taking away his acting. Not that he's ever going to watch this, but I just, and I've never met him in person. I guess I shouldn't say I don't like him, but there's just something about him. I think it's because it's the whole Boston thing, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. He's not my least favorite actor. I'm just stalling until other people come up with him. I don't like Shaq as an actor. I hate Kazam.
I remember mine now. And it's somebody that so many people love, and I cannot fucking stand this guy.
Good. I hope they look at you like you guys just all looked at me when I said I didn't like
Danny McBride.
I have to look.
Hate him.
Oh wow.
Hate him.
I don't like him, really. He's very typecast too. He's the same guy. There's no depth there.
He's just toxic masculinity on screen. That's all he is.
I liked Eastbound and Down.
But it can be funny though. I mean, that shit's great. It's like a character.
It can, but it gets so old so fast because the jokes are always the same. Nothing ever changes with him. It's just you're like, come on, man.
It's like the dude who played Ron Swanson on Parks and Rec. Like,
yeah, he's always the same person too. Very straight faced, very shallow delivery.
Very droll. We went and saw what Megan Mullally and Ron Swanson in Syracuse for their comedy show. They were a touring comedy show, and we were like, they're pretty funny because Megan Mullally's hilarious. He's pretty funny too. But
he's actually a pretty good stand-up comedian. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but their show, like it was almost like a review kind of thing. Like it wasn't stand-up, it was a review. There's some skits. It wasn't great. I mean, we laughed, but way less laughter. And I don't need to laugh out loud to enjoy something immensely. Like
he has a really good woodworking show too.
It was just not good. Like we didn't enjoy it. But I gotta go. Honestly, it's fucking David Spade and Chris Elliott.
Oh, Chris Elliott, there it is.
Chris Elliott is fucking horrible.
He is annoying as shit. I will say that. He is annoying as all fuck. Forever.
When Chris Elliott in fucking is it Something About Mary, right? That fucking character, everything he's in, it's the same thing. And I think David Spade, other than Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, which he's still annoying as fucking those.
But he's always plays like the creeper friend.
Yeah, like he's never done anything in his movies to not think that he's a pedophile.
Who are you talking about?
What's the character? David
Chris
Spade.
Elliott.
No, David Spade. And Chris Elliott.
David Spade's great in Joe Dirt. Don't do my dude. Don't do my dude.
Yeah.
Even still, I can't. David Spade and Chris Elliott just drive me nuts. And maybe it's because I have short guy syndrome and I just fucking hate him.
At least David Spade's got a little bit of change. Like when he was in Tommy Boy, the character he played, this little small squirrely dude's completely different than Joe Dirt. At least he's got a little depth to him compared to some of the other guys we talked about.
He's got a little depth to him, but then in Black Sheep, it was the same exact character.
Yeah, basically. So was Tom. So was Chris Farley.
So was Chris Farley. Yeah, I think it was designed that way.
But at least Farley's funny. David Spade's not that funny, and Chris Elliott's awful.
I think we honestly. And this coming from somebody who loved and grew up worshiping Chris Farley. I think him dying when he did really kind of put him into a bronze statue. I think we kind of overrate him a little bit.
Much like Kirby Puckett, who I love, but Toby,
I will fucking fight you to death.
Don't yell at me. Listen, don't yell at me. Kirby Puckett was on a Hall of Fame career path. I love me some Kirby Puckett. I was a huge Kirby Puckett fan. However, Kirby Puckett died too soon. His career ended too early.
Absolutely, his career ended too early. But so did Bo Jackson's, and I don't consider him overrated.
Yeah, Bo Jackson ain't in the Hall of Fame, is he? Nope. Neither should Kirby Puckett.
Either is a whole bunch of amazing baseball players, so they should all get fucked. And I can't wait till the San Francisco Giants bring back Barry Bonds for 20 games this year and reset his Hall of Fame clock so he can get in another 10 years. But that's a different conversation. Channing Tatum can suck it. That's my least favorite actor.
Channing Tatum?
Yep.
Channing Tatum.
I like how Channing Tatum plays the really innocent idiot. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. It's like that moment that what's the name of the guy that plays Thor?
Hemsworth.
Oh yeah,
Chris Hemsworth.
What's that?
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, Hemsworth. So when he plays a really good idiot as Thor, but as much as people hated the all female cast Ghostbusters movie, I loved his character in there, where he just played this idiot, and just for somebody that normally really isn't known for playing roles quite like that, I absolutely love it.
But that's what makes it an actor that is on the fringe of a good act. Like, he's willing to do something different. Spade, Elliott, and some of the guys you guys mentioned really never did anything different. It's a ritual murder sacrifice. Oh my God.
That man took a beanball to the temple and lost his vision. How dare you?
No, so listen, Tom is he is a very active commenter with his theories, and I forget the name of the word, how you pronounce it, but he's able to find, when we do the college betting, he can find these things. That's why he threw the haha in there. He finds these numbers and patterns. It's wild. If you guys want, just go into some of his comments.
Or a
also has a squirrel called These Nuts.
He's got a squirrel named. No, he doesn't have a squirrel, but
that's good. That's ballsy.
Yes, ballsy. So let's spin the picker wheel, and I did get the
Illuminati.
I did get this on there. Thomas, I appreciate you popping by.
Kirby, we love you.
Here we go. Let's spin the picker wheel for the question that we are going to speak about. If it's a quick one right now, if not next week. What's it going to be? What's it going to be?
What the hell is that?
I don't know what this is. Let's go ahead and do this one. Do you guys like natural or perfume glass?
Neither. Because I don't know what the hell it is.
The fuck is it? I don't understand what.
I'm gonna go with natural. I'll go with natural.
You can't go wrong with natural.
Okay. We're gonna thank you guys. That was a quick one. Thanks to whoever submitted that. Definitely not confusing at all. Let's go ahead and spin another one. There's a chance that I had too many Miller lattes and copied it wrong, but oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Lolita. Just put it out there. It was spun. Thomas, what do you think the odds are that it was fate that this one was spun? Yeah, right here. This is what he does.
The language of coding numbers into words. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty
Carrey's
cool.
23 or whatever it was.
And he actually was able to pick a couple of games based on this whole thing. I don't know any more about this or really even how to say the word properly, so I don't want to butcher it.
Gematria?
Spell it.
That's how I would say it, but maybe it's. But either way, it's pretty cool. He's in a lot of the comments on the betting side of YouTube that I do, and it's pretty wild. He did some ones today with some numbers and breaks down, and it's wild. That when
I can't wait
teams
to
win.
talk about David Spade as my favorite underrated actor next week.
More David.
No, this one I definitely know. I'm going to write it down so I do not forget.
Did you just say Kobe? Toby. I thought you said Kobe.
Oh, want to hear?
No, he said
real
Toby. Or did you say Kobe?
No, I said Toby. Want to hear something real funny, real quick?
Yes.
No, because let's all say hi to Margaret. So excited to finally see y'all live. Love all of our content. Margaret, we can't thank you enough. You just made it
perfect time.
Just made it. And we love the fact that you were able to make it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Logan, it's a comment. It is spelled out.
Gematria. I'll get it. Whatever.
Or numerology.
It's pronounced numerology.
I can read.
And look at Eric is here.
Numerology.
Oh, Kobe. Yes. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. Quick. Give me 20 seconds. Kid in school with an eraser on the thing draws 2 swastikas. Okay. So I'm like, dude, I'm yelling. I'm like, you cannot do that. Do you even know what that means? No, I don't. He's in 7th grade. Okay. So I make him clean it, whatever. So then as he's finishes cleaning it, he takes his wet rag and throws it around the corner and goes, Kobe. I said, really? After all that, that's what you're going to pick? Why? I said, you're cleaning up a thing that represented dead people and you're picking that? What do you mean? Kobe hasn't made a shot in years. And he looks at me and goes, what? And the other kid who knows all about baseball, like the sports fanatic, 7th grader, he looks at me and goes, oh, shit, you did not.
Did you say baseball? Did you fucking just say baseball?
Yes, I know. But this other kid knows his baseball, but he knows sports. But he's my baseball kid. But I get Kobe plays basketball. But he goes, you shit, you did not. I was like, what? He goes, you can't make a dead joke about Kobe. I said, this idiot was writing swastikas on the table. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
This is why I'm not going to have my job long.
Well, that and the fact that go ahead, Brandon.
Compare yourself to children, but other than that,
whatever.
Yes. Well, hey, either way, you made it through there. You had a snow day today, so congrats to you for having it.
Kobe hasn't made a shot in years. Stop shooting like Kobe. All the baseball kids in the batting cage. Kobe takes 20 extra minutes to pick up baseballs because everyone wants to be Kobe. Again, Kobe hasn't made one in quite a while.
Well, can you explain to them real quick that when Kobe played basketball, he didn't shoot baseballs?
There's a huge difference.
And maybe that's why none of them will ever win a Section 10 championship. So
they should say Clemens and then shoot themselves up and just start hitting baseballs. I'm like,
oh
God. What?
On that note,
the old Jose Canseco syndrome.
Jose Canseco. On that note, we're going to go ahead and tell all of you amazing, amazing people goodbye. The first timers, the returners, all of you. We can't thank you guys enough. Thomas says Kobe, 81 points in his 666th game of his career. I just believe him. I'm not even going to fact check it. But we can't thank you guys enough, and I can't thank you dudes enough, including the weird friggin' Iron Man candy cane dude that has not moved since we talked shit about him while Logan wasn't there. Still a little creeped out. I've been watching the entire episode to see if that thing moved again.
I've been staring at it.
Has not. But we're gonna go ahead and tell everybody goodbye.
It was our new kitten. She reaches up. We found out he's a boy. He was reaching up and hitting his legs when that was happening. By the way,
no, believe me, nothing was anywhere near that.
No, we didn't see the cat. We were looking. Like if you stand up, we could see it all.
There was nothing.
So he was.
It was waving. Either way, yeah. Oh, Okay, so helicopter is apparently 666.
Helicopter.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be back next week, same time, same place, the 10th of February, which in numerology is numbers I don't know. But Thomas is gonna be back next week, as well as Lalita. Thank you so much for that. Brooke, thank you so much for coming over from the Tickety Talks over to here. We can't thank you guys enough. Thank you, Blur. Yeah, he agrees with us. But we'll be back next week. We appreciate the hell out of all of you guys, and that's all I got for you guys. You guys got anything you want to say? Somebody else hit us with the outro. Maybe you got words of wisdom.
Don't forget to punch baby in the throat. You'll feel better, and you know that little bastard deserves it.
Disclaimer.
I'm in danger.
There it is.
Whoop, there it is. Okay, bye.